Frederick, Eric, Frederick. Wait a minute. Oh, I just had to. Okay. Yeah, for some reason my mic wasn't registering. Now I didn't have it muted, but for some reason it wasn't registering. Okay. Thank you guys. Yeah. I messed with some settings. Okay, so what I was saying that you couldn't hear is I messed with some settings, so that's probably what that was too. When I used to watch things like live events or whatever, here, let me do this. I've made some adjustments to some layout stuff over here. I've fixed some refresh rate stuff, so that might help with some of the choppiness that you all used to see when I would watch things or react to things live. So I hope that helps. I'm using the screen over here now and not the Mac screen. I think the Dell screen is going to be better for this kind of stuff, and the Mac screen is going to be my control hub over here. Used to be the other way around. So now we're going to try this to see how it goes. But I was just saying hi to everybody. Lilith, Rick G, Frederick, Eric, Bobby, Orly, what's up everybody? A lot of the usual suspects here, so I'm not gonna mess around. Let's get right into it. I'm gonna mute this music. We're gonna come over here. I'm going to switch it up. Boom. There we go. Alright, so we shall see if my changes made any difference at all. So anyway. Alright, let's do it. Alright. Rating pending. It's looking better than it usually does when I'm watching stuff.
Hello everyone. Welcome to CAPCOM
Right.
Spotlight. For today's show, we'll be covering updates to games that are out now, plus new info on upcoming titles. This includes behind-the-scenes info from our developers.
Okay.
So be sure to watch until the end.
How's the volume? Let me know
Now,
how the
let's
volume
take a look
is.
at
Can you all
today's
hear the
first
spotlight?
title.
Can you hear the spotlight? No, you can't hear Light Ray.
The future. It isn't just a dream.
Okay, so we're
It's a
starting with
promise.
Pragmata.
One we're turning into
That'll do a
reality.
few of you in the chat happy, I'm sure.
With our third generation of Luna filament and advanced generative AI, we're reshaping the line between dreams and
This game looks
reality
really interesting. This is one that I'm really
Recreate
excited
life.
to see more about.
for our future.
This looks like it's going to be a good one.
Delphi Corporation.
Now let's see about getting patched through to Earth. And why are these things trying to kill us?
So yeah, we've seen this.
There you are. All better.
You patched me up?
I am DI-03367. They are pragmatic creators.
Hang on a second. Don't you have a name or something?
This looks really good.
Get behind me!
I think I can help.
Targets identified. Neutralizing threats.
Neutralize.
Like, it looks
us?
good. Like, the game looks gorgeous.
Looks like
and it
we're
looks
gonna have
really
to fight our
fun.
way through. What the?
Bypassing first and second firewalls. Hooking control protocols. Initiating hack.
Okay, so we saw that previously.
Hey, D.I.
I said I am DI.
Okay. Look, how about we call you Diana?
Diana?
Like, That's funny how they did that. So like it leaves it on like a cliffhanger a bit, like when she hears her name. Is that something we're supposed to know?
Introducing Capcom's newest IP, Pragmata. An all-new science fiction action adventure with a unique hacking twist.
We're breaking it down.
It's been a while since we first announced it, but we're excited to have the game ready for you in 2026.
Okay.
Today we will go over some of the unique points of Pragmata.
Okay, so we're getting a deep dive here. Okay.
Encountering an android with a heart. You play as Hugh Williams, a member of a team sent to investigate a lunar research facility that's lost contact. When a lunar quake strikes, Hugh is separated from the team. He finds himself saved by Diana, an android girl.
There you are. All better.
Now
Am I the only
they must
one that
work
thinks she's kinda
together to
creepy
return
looking?
to Earth. Hugh, a bit sarcastic, but a kind soul. And Diana, a curious and enigmatic android. This is how an unlikely adventure between a human and android begins. A mix of puzzle and action. In Pragmata, combat begins with disarming the enemy's armor.
You know what that reminds me of?
Otherwise, you will find it difficult to inflict any real damage.
What are the things in Resident Evil 4?
Is where
The
Diana
Iron
comes
Maiden.
in.
It reminds me of the Iron Maidens.
Let's use her hacking ability on this
They're
enemy.
coming after you, and you have to
Moving
you
the
have to
cursor
snipe
through the
them with
panel.
scope to see where the
You
parasites
take
are
down
on
their
their body.
armor.
The way it's walking
And
toward
now,
him,
it's Hugh's turn.
it totally
Take aim
reminds
at
me
the
of
enemy's
those.
weak points.
That's exactly
Passing
what,
through
that's
more
exactly
blue
what
nodes
it is.
increases damage, and the enemy's armor stays exposed for longer. With an arsenal of unique weapons, take on the rampaging bots. What enemy will you hack first?
That's
What
exactly
weapon will
what it
you use?
reminds me of. That's exactly what it is.
Thinking on the fly in the heat of combat and how you handle the multi-sided situation will be key for success.
Yo,
We can't
this
wait
looks
for you to try this
awesome.
compelling new combat
Cap
system.
God with a new IP on their
The
hands.
AI-controlled lunar research station.
Piano
In
3?
Pragmata, your adventures take place at a lunar research
Really?
station. They are researching a new
Really,
material
Orly?
that
Is
can
this
be
like
used
in
to
that
3D
same
print
universe?
almost
'Cause I know
anything.
nothing about this.
From microchips to cars and giant structures.
You said that in the car.
Now,
has
however,
03 on it.
the
Okay.
lunar research station seems void of human activity. Only the lifeless world and the AI remain.
Because they're all dead.
Use your thrusters to move around the lunar research station.
Wow.
You will also need to hack the systems blocking your progress. By combining their abilities, Hugh and Diana can explore this world together.
I'm assuming she'll get upgrades because there's probably going to be some locks she can't hack.
Pragmata
early.
will be available on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, S, and Steam. This summer, we'll also have public hands-on for Pragmata.
Cool. So,
Experience
I like
the
how they
gameplay you just
treat-
saw firsthand,
I like how they
including the
treat the
thrilling
hacking
combination
almost
of
like
puzzle
sorcery.
and action combat.
It almost feels like sorcery. The way she's like hacking.
We are
things
looking
and
forward to many
like,
more events where you can
She
get
kind
your
of
hands
says
on
the
Pragmata.
processes she's running, and then does it. It's almost like she's calling out a spell and casting sorcery on something.
Please look out for more information on Pragmata on our official social channels, website, and stores. And don't forget to follow and to add Pragmata to your wish list.
I'm wishlisting this game. That's all I need to see. That's all I need to see right there. That's it. That's all I need to see. That's it.
Check out the latest trailer for SAGA.
番組をご覧の皆さん、こんにちは。ストリートファイター6のディレクター中山です。本日は
Yeah, they're
私から皆様に
treating the technology
最新情報を
like
お
magic.
届けいたします。6月
That's
5
such a
日に
cool
Nintendo
thing.
Switch 2に
That's
も
such a
ストリート
cool
ファイター
thing to do.
6を発売することができました。 より多くの方々にゲームを
There
遊
are
んでい
other
ただい
stories
て
that do
開発
it,
一同大変嬉しく思ってい
but
ま
you
す
don't see it a lot.
また先日イヤー3に
Because
登場するキャラクター
technology
のラインナッ
basically
プも発表させていただきました。イヤー3ではサガット、クリムゾンバイパー、アレックス、そしてイングリッドが登場する予定です。
I was thinking of you, Zach. I was like,
さ
somebody's
て
going to be
本日
excited
はイヤ
about
ー
seeing
3最初
Pragmatic
に
get
登
a
場す
deep
るサガ
dive
ットの
here.
映像を少しだけではありますが
I'm really excited for this
ご用意いたしました。どうぞご覧ください。
Capcom might have a GOTY 2026 contender on their hands. Well, they do. They're going to have... Look. Capcom's going to have 2 GOTY contenders again. Wasn't it 2019's Game Awards where it was like Resident Evil 2 Remake and Devil May Cry 5 were both up for GOTY? Wasn't it 2019 when that happened? Sagat. Was it only Resident Evil 2? I thought Capcom had 2 games up for Game of the Year that year. Maybe I'm mistaken about that. I thought Devil May Cry 5 was up for GOTY that year as well. I might be wrong about that. Somebody fact check me on that. Sagat. He looks cool. He
The
looks
Emperor of
weathered.
Muay Thai, Sagat, is ready for battle.
I like how they age up the Street
Players
Fighter
can also
characters.
get the
I'm not
World
like a
Tour
Street Fighter
experience with
player,
Sagat deep in the mountains
but
of
I do
Thailand.
like how with each game it seems like they age
The
them a
Emperor
little
makes
bit.
his landing on August
Gives
5th.
it a feeling of continuity.
To prepare for Sagat's release, the Sagat Arrives Fighting Pass will be available starting from July 4th. Premium rewards include Sagat's Wanderer avatar gear. And we've also prepared some throwback stickers and emotes. From Sagat's days as the boss of the original Street Fighter, we're also increasing the amount of content in the Fighting Pass that can be used in Fighting Ground.
Don't expect me to be a pushover.
Use EX Color.
Oddly, I remember
Ken's
that.
EX Color.
Oddly, I remember EX. That's a throwback.
Now's not the time for jokes.
What up, Little Ray?
As well as art and effects to use with the game's Challenger customization feature.
I appreciate that, man.
We're also prepping music tracks to use in fights and more for players. Please check it out. Finally, we have information about the long-anticipated Outfit 4 content. Check out the designs of the 7 characters that will receive Outfit 4 content with the
I don't know who
Sagat
the chick on the
update.
right side is, but she looks like
Cammy.
the girl from Farscape.
Luke,
The alien, the white alien girl
Chun-Li.
from Farscape.
Manon,
Capcom.
Jamie,
This artwork is
Kimberly.
sick, though.
and Aki.
Aki, okay, so yeah, she is
We're
weird,
continuing
right?
work
She's
on
like
Outfit 4 content
alien-esque
for
or
these
something.
characters. And of course, are working on Outfit 4 for the rest of the roster. So please stay tuned.
Beach gear.
本
Everybody
日
gets
の
beach
情報
gear.
は以上となりますがいかがだったでしょ
We
うか。
hope you enjoyed the reviews.
今回ご紹介したキャラクターやファイティングパスなどについて皆様にお届けできるよう開発チーム一丸となって最終調整に取り組んでおります。
I
本
love
日
when
サガ
companies
ットの
come
ゲ
out
ー
and
ム
do
プレイ
these
トレーラー
like
の公開も予定しておりますので
these
楽しみにしていただければと
company-specific
思います。
showcases.
これからもストリートファイター6をどうぞ
Square
よろしく
Enix
お
will
願い
do
しま
one
す。
once every couple of years.
Next, an update from Capcom
I bet
Esports.
they're cooking one
We'd
up.
like to tell you about the Capcom Pro Tour.
I bet we get one
a
next
global
year.
competition
I bet
for the
we
world's
get
best
a Square
players.
Enix event next year.
Players the world over will battle it out in regional qualifying tournaments. The Capcom Pro Tour 2025 Singles Tournament Tour
You see me like
is now
rubbing and
accepting
massaging my
entries.
arms or whatever.
Anyone is
It's
welcome
like,
to join.
I had a hard workout today. and I'm
Compete for a spot in the Capcom Cup 12 tournament,
I was at the
which
pool
will determine
earlier
the world
today before I went to
champion.
work.
Just
with
like
my
last
kids,
year,
and we
the
both
tournament
got,
will
like,
be held in the
too much
Ryogoku
sun. So that's-
Kokugikan
I'm
Arena
like-
in Japan.
I'm just like
The
rubbing my
champion of this
arms.
year's tournament will once again receive a whopping $1 million prize. You won't want to miss out on the intense battles this year as players fight to become world champion. For more information about the tournament schedule and how to enter, check the Capcom Esports website.
Cool. What is
This
this?
acclaimed new fusion of action and strategy, Kunitsugami, Path of the Goddess, has released on the Nintendo Switch 2.
Oh, it's a
In
Switch
this
2
original
game.
Japanese-inspired world, with exhilarating dance-like sword action,
Oh, this looks sick. What is this?
strategize and fight alongside villagers as you enjoy this
What is
unique game
this?
experience. You can also use the new
Oh, yeah,
features
man,
of the
it's
Switch 2
hot.
and play
It's hot
using mouse
all over.
controls.
Like a girl at work tonight was like, it's just so
Have
hard to go
fun
outside
playing with
right
the
now.
controls you want.
I think I just can't take the heat. I was like, no, it's an Earth thing. The Earth
Compatible
is
with handheld mode.
super hot all over
You can
right
enjoy
now.
the game anytime, anywhere.
Is that Naruto behind it?
Kunitsugami, Path of the Goddess,
So, yo,
is available
look.
now.
I'm really happy.
Also, the action and strategy is further enhanced with the new
It
extra
seems like
content.
the tweaks I made are
Otherworldly
working.
venture.
Like,
added
my
to
frame
all
rate
available
isn't super
platforms.
jumpy and glitchy. Like, I'm
In
kind of
the
watching
Otherworld, beyond
the
the
replay
Torii
in my
gates,
control center.
protect the maiden from nightly attacks of
It
the sea.
looks like it works. So I'm super happy with the way this
As you
stream is
earn
looking.
rewards by outlasting each wave of enemies. On an ever-changing battlefield, determine who will fight and win, and how to best use your
We got here
rewards.
right after
Aim for
Street
a high
Fighter Beach
score amid
Volleyball.
infinite strategies in this
we
challenging
were just
and
talking about
satisfying
DOA.
gameplay mode.
The what was it? The volleyball was it?
How long will you be able to
DOA
defend the maiden
On
from the
beach, or
seed
beach
in the
volleyball,
other
wherever
world?
it was DOA. That was
Following its
wild.
initial release on July 19th last year, Kunitsugami, Path of the Goddess, will celebrate its one-year anniversary next month. We have prepared a small token of our appreciation for the many fans who have played the game.
Is this game on PlayStation?
Presenting Yashichi Waves, a Mazo talisman
showed
that
me Ghosts
changes
and
some
Goblins.
music
What
in the
was
main
that?
game to 8-bit style.
Okay.
This can be obtained in a free update available at a later date to both new and existing players.
They showed Ghosts and Goblins.
Please look forward to the update coming soon.
It wasn't Ghouls, Super Ghouls, Ghosts, it was
Kunitsugami,
Ghosts and
Path
Goblins.
of the Goddess, is available now on all shown platforms.
It is on PS4, PS5.
Try the game's unique experience for yourself now.
Okay.
Next, please take a look at today's lineup of Capcom titles.
Oh man.
8 action and fighting games make their returns, including the legendary Capcom vs. SNK series.
Oh what?
Enjoy
I love
training
Capcom
mode and a
versus
gallery
SNK.
featuring sounds and artwork,
Power Stone.
as well as easy-to-use one-button specials.
Are they gonna put Power Stone
Capcom
out?
Fighting Collection 2 is available now.
Yo, is Power Stone on there?
Reclaim your destiny. A remaster from the swordplay action series Onimusha.
What?
A memorable cast of characters returns to weave their deep and complex tale anew.
Onimusha 2 was the last Onimusha
Experience
game
the
I
classic
liked.
graphics and gameplay refined for modern consoles.
What? Cap
The
God,
remaster
baby.
of Onimusha 2 Samurai's Destiny is available now. Onimusha, Way of the Sword. The next entry in the swordplay action game series is coming in 2026.
This game looks amazing.
Set in early Edo period Kyoto, the protagonist Miyamoto Musashi will face his formidable rival Sasaki Ganryu. How will the clash between them unfold?
This looks so good.
Stay tuned
man.
for more.
This looks incredible. I totally forgot about that game coming out.
Capcom Digital Sale is here. Monster Hunter Wilds is on sale
Yo,
for the first
Capcom's
time.
on fire.
Experience the
On
most evolved
fire.
action and improved immersion
Capcom's
in
hotter
any
than
Monster
the
Hunter to
temperature
date.
outside. They are on fire.
Also, make sure to check out other Monster Hunter games.
It's like I've said in the streams these past couple of weeks, everybody just needs to mimic
In
what Capcom is
celebration of
doing.
the horror series' latest thrilling news, Resident Evil games are on sale at great prices.
Remake Trilogy is on sale.
But that's not all. Dragon's Dogma 2,
was a good deal.
Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics, Ace Attorney titles, and more are on sale too.
I forgot.
Don't miss out on this great
I
chance to
forgot
pick
it
up
had,
these must-play hit
Phoenix Wright.
games. From the creators of the latest Resident Evil.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay. Here we go. Here we go.
「開発のコンセプトはやみつきになる恐怖というのを掲げてます。
Addictive fear.
恐怖を乗り越えるね気持ちよさ、そこのカタルシスってやっぱこう脳汁が出るんですよね。それ自体がこれもっとやりたい、遊びたいっていう中毒性を生む。そこに徹底的にフォーカスしてみたら怖いけどゲームとしても楽しい、そういうのが作れるんじゃないかなっていうのがビッグゲームの出
I'm
発
so
点で
glad
す。
you can go third person.
バイオハザードレクイエムは、シングルプレイかつ、オフラインのゲームとなっています。
Why does he look like a Japanese
バイオ
John
ハザード
Lennon?
で一番重要なのは
I mean, not John
恐怖体験
Lennon,
だ
but
と思うん
Paul
ですけれども、
McCartney.
今
He looks like a
作においては
Japanese
その
Paul
恐怖
McCartney.
体験っていうところに、しっかりとフィーチャーした内容に仕上がっているんじゃないかなと思ってます。
今回の主人公は FBI 捜査官グレース・アッシュクロフト。内向的で怖がり、バイオハザードとしては割と新しいタイプのキャラクターを作ろうとしています。プレイヤーと同じ目線で一緒になって怖がれる、こういうキャラクターを狙っています。
See,
物
that's
語
what
の中でもちろん
okay.
彼女も恐怖を克服し成長していくんですけども、 FBI 捜査官なので銃の扱いも慣れてますし、冷静な推理力とかも発揮しつつ活躍するキャラクターになってます。レオンを主人公にしようっていうのは実はずっとあったんですけども、どうしてもレオンを使ったバッチバチのホラーっていうのが割と難しくて、落ちてきたバケツにびっくりするとか、そういうレオンってそんなみんな見たくないやろっていうところで、じゃあホラーと食い合わせ悪いよなっていうのがやっぱりありましたけど。
See, yeah, we talked about that. It's hard.
ファーストトレーラ
We'll talk
ーご
about
覧に
that
なっ
here
て
a
分か
little
る
bit.
ように、グレース自身がすごいいろんな目に遭うんですね。 PV で断片的には入ってるんですけれども、逆さずり一つとっても顔の赤らみ、高揚感であったりとか、うっ血してる表現、あとは髪の毛もかなり力を入れてまして、自分たちでスタッフと一緒にプロの方を呼んで実際にウィッグを使ってそこからシミュレーションして CG に落とし込んだりとかもしています。
バイオハザードレクイエムはですね、一人称視点と三人称視点2つの視点で
Okay, show us some
自由に
third
切り替え
person.
ながら遊ぶことができます。主観視点だとその恐怖を間近に感じることができて、緊張感のある臨場感のあるゲームプレイっていうのが可能になります。三人称視点だとキャラクターの肩越しでの視点というところ
See, that looks so much
で
better.
アクション、そういったところがよく見え
That
る
looks so much
ゲームプレ
better,
イ
and
に
you
なると
see
思
the
いますので、
character.
アクションが好き
And
だ
you
な
see
って
all
思う方には
the work
三
going
人称視
into
点の方が
lighting
おすすめです。
and the animation. It's so much better.
滅菌作戦以降30年近く経つんですけども、ゲームの舞台として登場します。
その当時アンブレラ事件っていうのでシリーズがヒットして、それ以降もさまざまなキャラクターたちが、いろんなラクーンシティで起きた事件をきっかけに 立ち向かっていくようになったり人間成長したり、そこに今回この表現のメスを入れるっていうのは作り手としてはやっぱりかなり緊張感を持って臨ませてもらったっていうのが大きかったですね。
ラクーン事件に関わったもしくはラクーン事件に巻き込まれて大きく人生を変わってしまったり、命を落としてしまったりと、そういった登場人物がたくさん出ます。レクイエムは彼らに向けての言葉通りの鎮魂であり、もっと言うとバイオハザードシリーズラクーン事件アンブレアをきっかけに生まれたシリーズのある種一つの区切りという意味でレクイエムというタイトルをつけています。
バイオハザードレクイエムは2026年2月27日に発売予定です。2026年3月にバイオハザードシリーズ30周年を迎えます。30周年記念タイトルの名に恥じぬようなゲームとして本作リリースしたいなというふうに思っております。
グレースの母親は
大きく方針を転換してですね、
実写映画を目指すというところで。
Further interviews with the creators that didn't fit into today's presentation will be released today on the Resident Evil portal. Register your Capcom ID to see the rest.
ラクーンシティっていうところは基本触っちゃいけないもんだと。
Okay, all right.
Get ready, hunters. The guild has authorized a new Monster Hunter showcase for you.
I got a lot of thoughts. Well, wait. Well, just a couple of thoughts, really.
皆さんこんにちは。モンスターハンターワイルズプロデューサーの辻本です。おかげさまで多くのハンターの皆様に楽しんでいただいております。本当にありがとうございます。今日はタイトルアップデート第2弾の情報をディレクターたちと一緒にご紹介したいと思います。それではご紹介いたします。
はい、モンスターハンターワイルズアートディレクター藤岡要です。お願いします。
はい、モンスターハンターワイルズディレクターの徳田です。よろしくお願いします。
はい、それでは早速ですが無料タイトルアップデート第2弾のプロモーション映像をご覧ください。
The guy on the left, you can tell, knows his shit. Here's how you can tell he knows his stuff. Because he doesn't look like he's comfortable in front of the camera, which means he's a valued asset behind the desk. Like that guy is programming his ass off. I still feel like the creature chasing Grace around, I still feel like that's her mom. I'm not going to move off of that until we finish the game and find out. If we find out. You know, Monster Hunter looks so dope. It's one of those things that I've been kind of intimidated to try and get into because it seems like it's a lot. I'm just afraid I'm not going to have time to get into it and play it the way I want to play it. Which is do everything. Monster Hunter and Fender.
You don't get views like this sitting around back at base camp.
We still got like a whole 15 minutes left. What else are they going to show? There's still like a whole 15 minutes left. Is it all Monster Hunter?
Everyone, it isn't safe here. Let's head back home.
Yeah, I do feel like this is the last time we see Raccoon City. I think they're going to use it to close the door on a lot of that stuff. I wonder how they're going to tie this into BSAA, though. There will be a BSAA tie-in, because it's going to be a long game.
はい、というわけでいよいよ皆様にラギアクルスのお話ができる日がやってまいりましたと。
Maybe a couple of minutes.
これ本当にグローバルいろんなところに行っても本当にラギア人気がすごくってすごい期待されて
すごい期待
今回ようやく皆様に、登場させることをお知らせできたと。実はモンスターハンタートライっていうタイトルからラギアクルスっていうのが出てるんですけど、そこはねちょっとラギアクルスの開発秘話的なところ、
モンスターハンタートライを立ち上げましょうってなって、売りになる遊びとかを水中戦とかも作ろうみたいなのがあって、でその水中をよりちゃんと面白くするにはラギアクルスが結構面白くならんといかんっていうのもあって、でもともとレウスのライバルみたいな立ち位置をちゃんと作ろうみたいな、いろんな精鋭を集めてラギアチームみたいなの作ってね。
でその時にモンスターの担当してたのがまた徳田。
そうですね、藤岡さんがディレクターで、僕が初めて最初から企画の立ち上げから調整してリリースするところまで担当させてもらったメインモンスターというところで、チームラギアですね。みんなが日々より良いモンスターにするために意見とかアイデアをぶつけ合いながらより良いモンスターに仕上げていく経験っていうのは振り返ってみるとクリエイターとしてもすごい大事な時間を過ごさせてもらったなみたいに思うようなモンスターですね。
そうね。
ワイルズでのこだわりっていうのをちょっと皆さんにもご説明したいと思うんだけど、
今回は水中ちょっとアクセント的なイベント的なやり取りっていうのはできるんですけど、主にはやっぱり地上でもやり取りしていただくような設計に変えましたので、昨今のそのプレイヤーのアクションできる幅っていうのも広がっている中で、そこに対応しつつ、しかもそのラギアクルスらしさみたいなものを残したアクション設計にするというところがまず一つこだわったところです。ラギアクルスってトライの時からそうだったんですけど、水中でのこのシルエット、縦にこう伸びた時のシルエットっていうのは本当にかっこよくて、そこの迫力っていうのをぜひ感じていただきたいというところがありましたので、武器を完全に振ることは自由に振ることはできないんですけれども、ちょっとイベント的な水中のアクションっていうのも今回なんとか実装することができましたので、そこも含めて楽しんでいただけるようなモンスターに仕上がったんじゃないかなと思います。
もちろんラギアクルスが出てくるというところで、討伐して素材とか入手してもらったらもちろん武器とか防具が作れるっていうところは当然あると思うんですけど、そこはねなんか
久しぶりにこうやって出てくるので、全ての人が楽しんでもらいたいので、総中コンとかもちょっとなかったのを出させていただいて、全種類揃えさせてもらってます。
僕たち思い入れ強いモンスターということも今のスタッフたちも本当に分かってくれてますし、本当に一生懸命取り組んでくれました。
なかなか面白い仕上がりになってると思います。
チェックするときに担当じゃない子たちともこう見に来たりとかするぐらいBGM とかもすごく
そうね、ぜひ遊んでいただいてね、その辺はね注目していただけたらと思っております。
These guys they're showing, it's just like Capcom's back to
そして
having
なん
fun
と
making
セルレギオスが今回登場しますということで、セルレギオスはもともとモンスターハンター 4G から登場していたので、モンスターハンター4の無印が実は海外版出てなくて 4G から出てるので、海外の人も結構セルレギオス馴染みある人も多いんじゃないかなとは思うんですけど、ちょっと今回のセルレギオスどんな感じになってるかっていうちょっと説明を軽くでもしてもらいたい。
もともとセルレギオスは結構旋回能力高くて、レウスと違ってちょっと小回りの利く感じとスピーディーなやり取りみたいなのがもともとのコンセプトにあったんで、そのあたりちょっと今回なんですね。
モンスターハンター 4G の時も僕がメインプランナーとして自ら概要から調整まで行った最後のモンスターなんですけど、僕足の攻撃だと人輪をうまく使ってもうテンポ感を作っていって、後ろの回しを使って仕留めていくようなタイプのモンスターなんですけども、4G の時に東証の子が提案してくれて面白かったのが斜めのキックしながら移動するみたいなアクションがあったんですけども、上下左右にステップするモンスター多くても斜め方向にしかも攻撃あたりを出しながらやるモンスターっていうのがあまりいなくて、そこの特徴がすごく面白いモンスターだなと思ってましたので、今回もその部分っていうのをアップグレードして自分のアクションをぶつけていきながら遊べるようなモンスターとしてセルレギオスは機能してくれてるんじゃないかなというふうに思います。今ご紹介しましたラギアクルスとセルレギオスはいずれも星8の歴戦の個体としてフィールドに登場するようになります。かなり強力なモンスターになってはおりますので、腕に自信のある方はぜひチャレンジしてみてください。
That's funny.
for the second Arch-Tempered monster. We'll have Arch-Tempered Uth-Duna appear for a limited time. You'll be able to forge the new armor sets, Uth-Duna Gamma and Feline Uth-Duna Gamma.
Man, that looks
Arch-Tempered Uth-Duna will arrive in the future as an event quest and free challenge quest.
That looks crazy.
Crafting the final weapon in a tree allows you to use that weapon as layered equipment.
Huh.
For Artian weapons, you'll get it after fully reinforcing the Rarity 8
That's
weapon.
the other thing, Orly. All of this stuff, these updates and stuff, they're just part of the game.
For Palico weapons, you'll need to forge high-rank weapons.
All free.
We're adding brightness settings and filter effects to photo mode.
That'll make a lot of people happy. No, there's a lot of photo mode.
And in the character display tab, you'll be able to hide your handler, Palico, Sacred, and more. We're planning on continuing to update photo mode to make it easier to use. We've added the ability to swap handlers. You'll now be able to travel with Eric instead of Alma. As for support hunters, Mina, a hunter from Vespai unit who wields a sword and shield, will be added.
She kind of reminds me
You'll also
of
now
the
be able to
character
select which
from,
support hunters participate in quests.
Horizon.
Furthermore, by playing with content added in the update, you'll be able to obtain a myriad of rewards.
Wow, this is a
Event
big
quests
Monster
that
Hunter
allow you
update.
to forge special equipment.
Okay, alright.
Quests that make it easier to obtain armor spheres and decorations.
So what's up with the cat? You can play as a cat? Is that the deal?
A challenge quest featuring Mizutsune. And a free challenge quest featuring Arch-Tempered Uth-Duna will be available for a limited time.
What does Arch-Tempered mean?
はい、ここでコラボジェスチャーが入手できるイベントクエストについてお知らせしたいと思います。フェンダさんよりモンスターハンター20周年を記念したコラボレーションギターモンスターハンターリオレウステレキャスターが3月21日から発売しております。で、ゲームの方ではですね、期間限定で配信予定のイベントクエストをクリアすることで、こちらのギターが登場するコラボジェスチャーがなんと入手できますということになっております。今回のコラボが決まった時から結構チームもねノリノリでいろいろやってくれていろいろな今回こだわりがあるんですけど、ちょっといくつか紹介してもらえます？
ギターはそのまままず 3D スキャンを自社で撮れるものなのでそのままの形がゲームに出せるようにして使用感とかそういうのもちょっとデザイナーのこだわりの部分で足してあげたりとかして、実際のこうちょっと使用感のあるようなところまでこだわって再現してますと。音自体も実際のサウンドチームの人が演奏してくれてその音そのまま使ってるんですけど、アニメとかもそのキャプチャー撮る時もサウンドのその演奏者の方にちゃんと指の動きを習ってコードが間違ってないとかチェックしてもらいながら全部のモーションしっかり撮ってますんで、それなりに楽しいジェスチャーになってるんじゃないかなと思います。来週会とかにすごくこう映える
いいですね。
ジェスチャーになるんじゃないかなと思います。
キャプチャー撮ってたじゃないですか。アイルームめっちゃ踊ってたじゃないですか。
Like,
あれも実際にジェスチャーしたらオートマイルもあれをやってくれる。
エアギターみたいなのをビーンってやって入って一緒にうわーって
めっちゃ弾けてたね。
全然関係なくわー音もらしい。
そういうのをぜひ見てほしいですね。
楽しく楽しんでもらえたらな。音もらしい。
そういうのをぜひ見てほしいですね。
楽しくみんなで楽しんでもらえたらなと思います。
みんなぜひジェスチャーやっていただけたらと思います。
はい。
DLC.
There will be a range of DLC with this title update as well.
This is a massive free update.
There will be 4 kinds of dance gestures as
This
free
is a
DLC.
massive update.
And a cosmetic DLC Pack 2 as paid DLC.
This guy does not look happy.
Those with the Premium Deluxe Edition or the Cosmetic DLC Pass will automatically obtain
The
it.
first guy they showed looked like Mikey Havoc from AFI, with like white hair. The despair of action. Well, Monster Hunter makes a lot of money for him. I'm not gonna lie, this is kind of working on me. I kind of want to play Monster Hunter Wilds.
There will also be other DLC not included in packs.
Paid DLC. Okay, here we go. Pay for this little chicken to follow you around.
In the summer, there will be a seasonal event called Festival of Accord Flame Fate. During seasonal events, the decorations and meals at the Grand Hub will change. And by playing during the event, you will be able to get limited time only equipment,
The Jimmy Buffett
gestures,
cat.
pop-up camp decorations, and more. Festival of Accord Flame Fate will begin July 23rd. Let's make this summer a hot one to remember.
Oh, it already is, for the worst reasons. It's super
こ
hot.
こからは今後のスケジュールについ
The
て
guy on
お
the
さらい
left's
いた
like,
します
I'm still on the
無
camera.
料タイトルアップデート
I'm
第
still
2
on
弾
the
は
camera.
ご覧の日程で配信予定です
Alright, so
追加
Monster
モンス
Hunter
タ
was the
ーラ
whole
ギアクル
update.
ス
It
セル
was
レギ
all
オ
of
スが
it.
登場
Okay.
しますまた武器の重ね着装備などシステム追加を予定しています夏の季節イベント交わりの祭事踊り火の儀を開催します、イベントクエストにて歴戦王ウズトゥナが登場しますフェンダースペシャルコラボのジェスチャーが入手できるイベントクエストを期間限定で配信します
I love this company. I do.
はい、今ご紹介、いろいろさせてもらいましたが他
I
にも
love
細
this
かい調整
company.
と
I
か入ってる
love
とか
how
もある
they
んですよ
treat
ね
their employees. I love how they honor
タイ
their
トルアップデート
artists
第
and
2
their
弾では、
creators.
ハンマー
I
の
love
調
how
整
they
として
value their
新
artists
し
and
く、
their
ハンマー相殺
creators.
成功した後に追撃するモーションというのを追加しています、その他もですね、遊びやすくなる調整っていうのを、各種進めておりますので、詳細はディレクターレターやパッチノートの方をご確認いただければと思います。
Bobby, I understand that, brother. I understand that.
番組をご覧いただきありが
Thank
とうご
you
ざいま
very
した
much for watching. That was
タイトルアッ
it.
プデート第2弾の詳しい情報は公式サイトや SNS をご覧くださいタイトルアップデート第3弾は秋頃に配信予定です
Sometime in the fall.
追って皆様に情報をお届けする予定ですのでお待ちいただければと思います本日はこれにて以上となります最後は、いつもの掛け声で、終わろうと思っておりますよろしいでしょうかはいいきますよせーの一狩り行こうぜ
Happy hunting. I don't even hunt. Happy hunting. Yeah, the guy on the left. I was telling you, like, yeah, see, he's like, he's not comfortable being on camera. He's like, what are we doing?
いきますよせーの
What are we doing?
一狩り
How do we do it?
行こうぜ
There we go. Okay, cool. That guy is a master game designer programmer. You can tell he's behind the desk all the time. He's behind the desk all the time. He doesn't come out from behind the desk.
That does it for today's presentation. Thank you for watching.
That was a good presentation.
Before you go, we'll be holding a survey about today's show. Viewers of this broadcast are invited to take part on the Capcom Spotlight website. Participants will receive a free wallpaper as thanks.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
A Capcom ID is required to participate. So take this opportunity to sign up if you haven't already.
I don't remember what my Capcom ID stuff is. I've
We
got
at
one. I don't
Capcom are
remember any
excited
of
to
the
share
stuff
more
I haven't
news in
used
the
in a long
future.
time.
Please look forward to our next broadcast.
Yo, man.
See you next time.
That's what I'm talking about. That is great.
Forward to our next.
That is great. So here, like, wrong one. So that's how you do it, man. Like, here, hang on, let me fix this. This is a thing I need to fix real quick. So, there. Fix. Ray, fix your shit. There we go. Shit fixed. Boom. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about. Clear, concise communication. No bullshit. No hanging words. It was locked and loaded with content. Clear expectations for what you can expect. Didn't leave you hanging. Nothing overstayed its welcome. I don't even play Monster Hunter, and I was really enjoying what they were showing. That's how you do it. Like, Capcom, they've got their marketing on lock. Like, that's what Square Enix needs. They need marketing help in the worst way. Instead of hiring game designers from Capcom, which I think it's good that they poached some game designers, they need to hire their marketing team. That's what they need to do. They need to hire Capcom's marketing team. That's what I would suggest for Square Enix. Anyway, Capcom is the... I think there's a video on YouTube if you want to watch the rest of the Resident Evil interview. I do want to watch the rest of the Resident Evil interview here in a moment, though. A couple of things I want to talk about real quick. And if they cover this in those Resident Evil interviews, then I digress and I'll go back on it. But I definitely feel like that creature hunting Grace is her mother. And a couple of the things we talked about, they addressed in that quick little blurb they were talking about. Like, why it makes sense that you're going with a character like Grace as your main character. Because, like I said, she's trained in FBI stuff, but she's not a field agent. She's not a field agent. She's trained with that stuff, but she's not an agent. She will be scared in situations. She's a rookie. She's going to suck. It's survival horror, and that's what you want. Leon Kennedy is a badass. I think we will see Jill or Leon, or maybe even both, and they'll have like a Chris Redfield kind of role in the game. Like they'll show up in like the last third of the game or whatever, you know. So you'll get action with one of those characters, and you'll get the sneaking around and investigating and puzzling stuff with Grace, I think. So it makes sense what they were saying, you know, Leon's not going to be scared by jump scares and stuff. He's going to just pull out whatever like government souped up government issue he's got and just pop it and blast it. That's what he's going to do. Grace won't do that. She's not trained for bio. She's not trained. She's not even like, this guy captures her. Like, she's captured. Like, someone gets to jump on her. Someone traps her. So yeah, you're not doing that to Leon or Jill. You're just not. Unless it's like Albert Wesker or something like that. So yeah, she's not trained for bioweapons. She's never even seen one. Apparently she has no idea what she's up against. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. And what they talked about with that Requiem time, we haven't talked about this, and I haven't really thought too much about why it's called Requiem. I've been like, my head's been spinning about all this other stuff, but it makes sense. I think moving forward, Capcom, I think they want to get away from numbered Resident Evils. Because when you get away from numbered Resident Evils, you get away from, is it going to be Chris or Leon in this one? Oh man, who's it going to be? Is Wesker coming back? I think it gives them clearance to lean on the lore of that world they've created with bioweapons and former viruses and all that kind of stuff. Sorry, my eyes are so dry. Whew, that chlorine today at the pool really dried my eyes out, so apologies. They want to lean on the lore and the things and the scenarios they've created, but I think they want to get away from established characters and start establishing some new characters. I would be fine. Honestly, I would be fine with compelling new characters in every Resident Evil game. I really would, because it's a big world. Like, it's a big world, you know? I think they tried to do that, but they... it's so safe to go back to what you know and to give people what they're familiar with. But that being said, I think this is them dipping their toes in the water of that pool again. Like trying to establish new characters and trying to keep it fresh moving forward. Yeah, and they want to keep Resident Evil, as long as Capcom's got their doors open, they want Resident Evil to be a thing. For sure. I mean, for sure. How could you not? I mean, it's one of the most legendary titles in the history of video games. Like, even people who don't play games or have never played video games, they know what Resident Evil is. I mean, sure, there's been some bad movies and some bad shows or whatever, but, like, they know the games. They do. They know what it's about. They know... People who don't play video games know what Raccoon City is. They don't know what Midgar is. They know what Raccoon City is. Again, because there's been movies and stuff like that. But, you know, you get my point. So, Capcom is forever tied to Resident Evil. They want to keep it fresh. They want to move it forward. They want it to have a... And I think Resident Evil fans should want that too. They should want it to feel fresh. Because these games take place in the real world. So the only way you're going to keep... And they don't go back in time. Like, they don't... Like, this game is set in, like, 2026. I think, right? 2026. They're not going to make Resident Evil 10, whatever that's going to be, set in 2010. They're not going to do that. You know, it's always moving forward. So to keep, if you want to keep using the Leons, the Chris's, the Claires, the Jills, the Barrys, God, the Barrys. Barry's like, what, 60 something now? Almost 70? Barry's probably out. But if you want to keep using these characters, you would have to, like, have one game set in, like, June of 2026, and the next game set in, like, August of 2026. Like, right after that. In another part of the world and another story. So that's difficult. So moving forward, you've got to establish new characters. I'm cool with it. I mean, it doesn't matter if I'm cool with it or not. It's their story, right? Who cares what I think? But I think it's awesome. I think that's what they should be doing. But they got to be good. Like, Ethan Winters wasn't... I didn't give a damn about Ethan Winters. And I'm not the only one. There are some people who will unapologetically defend a thing because it needs defending, they feel like. I'll defend something if it deserves defending, if it's unjustly ridiculed. Ethan Winters wasn't a good character. Nobody cared. He was the camera and the thing holding the weapons to get through Resident Evil 7. He was a little more layered in Resident Evil 8, and that ending was very touching. They did a great job with the ending. That aside, they can't do that with her. That can't be what they do with her. And I think they know that. I think they understand that. Orly, because Square Enix can't get out of their own way. It's like we talked about the other day. There are developers at that company that want to make Vagrant Story, that want to make Parasite Eve, that want to make Brave Fencer Musashi, that want to make all these great games. Chrono Trigger, everybody at that company, the creators, developers, directors, artists, musicians, janitors, everybody want to make Chrono Trigger. Everybody does. The suits won't do it. And the suits run that company. They do. Over-the-shoulder Parasite Eve would be incredible. You wrap the RE engine around Parasite Eve, and, like, Grace looks like she could come out of a Parasite Eve game. Like, she looks like a character out of Parasite Eve 2. I'm not even going to trip. I'm not even going to lie about it. She looks like she could fit right into Parasite Eve 2. She also looks like she could fit in Silent Hill. So they definitely had, like, an idea when they created her, right, for the game. But, I mean, there you have it. That's why Capcom is on top. That's why Capcom is Cap God right now. They're on top, and it doesn't look like they're slowing down. So everybody needs to up their game. Everybody needs to get on Capcom's level. Faux show. That's got to happen. So there was some cool stuff in there. You know, I totally forgot Capcom had Ghouls and Ghosts. How fun. I think they did Maximo on PS2, right? That was supposed to be kind of like a Ghosts and Goblins like or something. But 3D. I completely forgot they had Ghosts and Goblins. Super Ghouls and Ghosts on Super Nintendo, if you will. What a fun game that was. What a hard game, but what a fun game. They've got so many titles. Mega Man. Look. They've got so many titles. Legendary titles. They're not even touching right now. Like, they're not like Konami, and they're not touching anything, right? They're letting other companies make Metal Gear, make Silent Hill, make all this other stuff. They're letting other companies do it. And they're licensing it. And they're locking down the distribution for it. But Silent Hill 1 remake? Yes, please. Yes, please. I've still got to play Silent Hill 2. The remake of Silent Hill. I've still got to play that. Unfortunately, that was in that time period where I wasn't playing anything, wasn't streaming, wasn't doing anything. But I've still got to play Silent Hill 2. But yes, please, Silent Hill 1. The creepy kids, the skittering around, the noises. I mean, I can still remember playing the first Silent Hill and being halfway through the game and be like, what the fuck am I playing? Like, in the best way. Like, in the best way possible. Just being like, oh my god. Because I played the first Silent Hill after I played Resident Evil 2. And I was like, man, I might be a survival horror fan on top of a JRPG guy. Like, I love a good survival horror game. And Silent Hill 1 scratched the itch between Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3 for me. But yeah, like Silent Hill 1, bring it on. But these companies have got to figure out how to do what Capcom's doing. But yeah, they're not doing what Konami does. They're making their own games. Like, and Konami was there in the day. Castlevania, all these games, NES, Super Nintendo, PlayStation 1 era, PS2, PS3, and then it all started falling apart. But Capcom figured their stuff out, moved forward, and now they got it locked down. So they're not doing anything with Mega Man, but not in the same way that Konami's not doing anything with Castlevania. Those two things are not the same. Capcom just can't get to it right now because they've got so many hits to service. They've got so many hits to service. And the fact that they're not trying to spread themselves thin, they're not trying to spread themselves thin by opening like another studio or putting another wing on the main studio and having a team of 50 people work on a new Mega Man. They're not doing that. They're being responsible. They're holding to their standards they have. Their production standards, their quality standards, and their business standards. And they're not taking chances outside of the safe chances that they're taking right now. Like, they're taking chances with like Resident Evil 9 and other stuff, but they're calculated chances, right? You're not taking chances by spreading yourself thin, because that's when everything collapses. I think Square Enix has tried to do that twice. They've collapsed both times. Konami did that and never recovered. And then they just sold out and started doing pachinko. Sorry, my nose itches now too. Allergies are crazy right now. So I apologize. Ray's scratching his nose, rubbing his eyes. What's he on? I'm on pollen. I'm on pollen and ragweed right now. I'm on allergies, airborne allergies, driving me crazy. And I've got a 3-hour drive to Indianapolis tomorrow too, so I got to get some rest here shortly. Silent Hill F looks really scary. That game looks really scary. And yeah, that game looks terrifying. It really does. Japanese horror is crazy because it messes with your head and it's grotesque. Like, it's Western horror, but that haunts you. It is haunting. It makes you look at your everyday things you have around you and make you question them. It's like, that trinket I had over here for years, it's got to be in the family room now. I can't have it staring at me while I'm in here by myself at 3 a.m. editing video. you can't be in here anymore after I watched that one Japanese horror movie. Can't do it. But yeah, I want to play Silent Hill 2. I'm probably putting that on my fall list of games to play. I've still got a bunch of games. Like I want to play Lunar. I want to get through that. There's a bunch of other games I want to get to. I want to get to the Final Fantasy Pixel Collection, start that, and get through those. So I'm really excited to do that. But oh man, so I've got to go ahead and call it a night. I got to go to bed. I want to stay up and watch these other Resident Evil videos, but I'm probably going to watch those in my spare time this weekend and maybe comment on them. Over the weekend, I will be in Indianapolis at the PopCon Indy. I'll be at booth 904 if you all want to come by and say hi. If you're around, if you're in that area, and you're going to come out, hang out. You never know. We might wind up going and get some food, get some drinks, hang out, BSing. You never know. You never know what I get into. I've met a lot of you at shows. Get together afterward, go get some dinner, hang out, have some laughs. It happens. It happens with me especially, because I like to hang out with people in the community, not just talk at you through my webcam. But yeah, I gotta hit the sack, or it's gonna be a bad ride tomorrow. Plus it's storming, I think, so that'll be fun. That'll be real fun tomorrow. Yeah, let's do that in the storm. But so I'm gonna watch those, and then this weekend I'm setting up the Discord so that I can do voice chat with you all on Discord. So if you're not a member of the Discord, there's a link in the description of all my videos for Discord. Check it out. Hop on there. Hang out with us. Yeah, I might be doing Raleigh later this year. I'll let you know. I might be doing a show in Raleigh. So anyway, I'm going to hop off here. That was really good. That is how you do it. That is how you do these things. 40 minutes, it felt like 20 minutes. They were in and out, got it done. I'm not a Street Fighter player. I'm not a Monster Hunter player, but I was into what they were talking about because it was presented in such a way that they're showing you, hey, we're giving you this, but they're also selling it to you at the same time. They sold me on Monster Hunter. Now, will I get around to playing it and picking it up? I don't know. I just read your comment, Zach. That's funny. Will I wind up buying it, playing it? I don't know, but I would if I had time. Based on that, I might still try to make time. Anyway, thanks for being here. Appreciate you all. Have a great night. Be safe. Be good to each other. Keep rocking. And I will see you all in the next video or live stream. So, like I said, I'll be gone all weekend. So Monday night we'll be back at it. And until then, y'all take care. I'll catch you later.